Right guys, Pitbikesonic here, and as you can see we are back in the studio, so that must mean one thing: it's horrible cold weather time of year. In today's episode guys, we are going to completely strip down my CW pit bike. We are going to get it completely ready, I say for next season, but in matter of fact we've only actually got 3 weeks until Cadwell, and then we're off to Spain for the Fab Winter Series. So there isn't really a gap this year. We haven't got this winter of taking our time, rebuilding the bike. We've literally got 2 weeks until we're at Cadwell and we're back at it again. So yeah, no rest for the wicked, or definitely no rest for Pitbikesonic this year. So today's episode, strip it down, plastics off, engine back out. We won't be doing anything to the engine internally because obviously we put this engine in before we did Red Lodge for the final round of B&B, so she's pretty fresh, ready to go. Whether we're going to have that little cheaty engine in for Cadwell and the Winter Series, I'm not sure yet, because obviously it's still at Sean's and it hasn't been done yet, and I don't want him rush him to do it. So guys, let's get this CW pit bike completely stripped down. The reason we're stripping the bike completely down is because I've found some nasty cracks in the frame, which I really don't want to go around Cadwell on, and I've heard this track in Spain is a rather fast one as well, so the last thing I want to go there is with cracks in my frame. So I'll give you a close-up look at them, but guys, let's get this bike stripped down. Right, so the first thing we're going to start off by doing is taking all these plastics off. We have got brand new plastics. They are currently at the graphics designers at the moment because they're plastics he's never seen before. He's using them as templates at the moment and getting ready to go. Right, let's see if I can show you the damage to the frame I got. Let's start off. As you can see, my lock stop thing that stops the bars from going back and forward like that, going all the way, is bent. That happened from a crash. I'm not too worried about this, to be honest with you, because apparently as soon as you crash that's going to do that again, but we'll get Rob to fix that. The other crack, which you can't see until we've started taking it apart guys, is in there. So basically where this swing arm bolt goes all the way through the frame, it is cracked all the way around there, but once we've got the engine out you're going to be able to see that a lot easier. So yeah, let's get on this guys. Let's start taking these plastics off. Right, let's get this started. 2024 rebuild. My favourite thing to do. One seat. One towel unit. Side panels. When enough of you have hit the subscribe button, then I will end up paying for someone to do this for me. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. But I suppose it won't make these videos as fun, will it? Watching me do this sort of stuff. One CW petrol tank. Look how tiny they are on the CW. Tiny. If you compare that to my CRF 70 tank, that is yeah, very small. One tiny CW mudguard. Right, next up I think we'll start removing the engine. First thing we're going to do is get the oil out of it first, even though it did only 1 meeting. Just makes it easier moving it about and that, knowing that there's no oil in it. So yeah, we'll start off by getting that out. Oh, hello Cass. You can come say hello to the vlog. There you go. This is Cassie. Say hello everyone. Cass, you saying hello? I did say at the start of the video, would we find any more cracks? And we have. Look at that beauty. God, Rob's going to have some fun. How many more will we find? one Scorpion exhaust removed. Right, so that's the oil now draining, guys, and as you can see, we did one meeting on that on a brand new engine, and look, very minimal swarf on top of the magnetic sump plug. And why is that, guys? Because we're using 7.1 racing oil, guys. Remember, you want to keep your pit bike engine healthy, want to keep it going for longer. This is what you want to be putting in your engine, guys. And as I've told you before, the benefits don't just stop at making your pit bike run better, because if your pit bike's running better, more chance you're going to win races. More chance you win races, more chance you're going to pull some birds, and it's because you're using 7.1 racing oil. Make sure to order some. I'll put a link in the description below. Get on it. Just talk amongst yourselves for a bit while this dribbles out, and then we'll carry on taking the engine out then. While we're waiting for this engine oil just to drain out, it's probably a good time to tell you guys like some of the other things that I'm going to be upgrading or just changing over this winter period. So I'm going to be changing things like things that you should change on your pit bike over the winter period after a season's racing. So we're going to put a brand new chain on it. I'm going to put new clutch and throttle cable on this year because they do stretch a bit. And these tiny little margins mean a lot at pit bike racing when you're only working with 15 horsepower. Changing all these little things, they do help. So yeah, might change things like wheel bearings as well. It's just worth doing, isn't it? New spark plug, things like that. Also, upgraded things I'm going to do. Not going to upgrade too much this winter because there's not really much more to do. But I'm definitely going to treat myself to a Formula Master cylinder to really complement the Brembo system that we've got on at the moment. So hopefully we can get them two working well together and we'll be top racking into those hairpins in 2025. Right, so that seems to be most of the engine oil out. It probably isn't because if you've ever taken an engine part after you've taken oil out, you still get loads more come out on pit bikes. I don't know where it hides, but you can never ever get all of it out. But we're not stripping the engine apart, so it doesn't matter too much. But right, let's get the engine out. Tell me, guys, then, is there anything else that you change over the winter when you're rebuilding your pit bike? Do you even rebuild your pit bike, or do you just leave it alone and hope for the best for the next season? Just, am I over the top? Comment below, tell me what you do over the winter months. Obviously, it depends what state your bike's in as well. Like, you could be like me, you've only just put a fresh engine in, or you've only just put a freshly rebuilt engine in, so yeah, tell me what you do. But I think it's definitely worth changing some bits over the winter just to give it a freshen up. Right, so we're now taking the carb off, guys. Quick tip for you. See this rubber manifold that's in between the inlet and the carburetor? Carry about 10 of these a season. These split break so easy, and they just make the bike run horrible. If you're having problems with bikes over revving or just like bogging out and things like this, it's probably because you've got a split in this manifold. Just carry loads of spares of them. And if you start to see, if the bike is running all right and you do see it starting to crack or perish, don't waste time, just change it, because the worst thing is getting halfway through a race and then it starts running rubbish. So always carry loads of these as spare. So that chain has done a whole season, so we are going to put a fresh one on for next season. Right, I think it's just time now to undo the two engine mounts and get this baby out. one engine out. We're getting good at this now. I have done it quite a few times. Right, let's see if we can get this bit off without snapping it. Oh yes. There you go, Rob. Another weld for you. Right, so that is everything out now. Engine down there. Let's go through. Hopefully I can pick it up on the camera now and show you some of the other bits that are going to need welded up. So let's go around. And the other place it's broken is around here. As you can see, it's kind of been bodged before. Basically this had already snapped at some other point throughout the season, and I got it done in a rush just to make sure they would get done, but as you can see it's now starting to crack again. But we are going to get it properly done this time, and I'm going to make it a lot stronger because this is a really common place. This is a real common place for the CWs to go weak around here, so we're going to get that welded up really nicely. Obviously I think we're going to have to take the swinging arm to do that off, but I'm not going to do that. We'll wait till we get to Rob's to take the swinging arm off and do it just before we weld it, just so it's easier for me to get in and out of the van and move about. So yeah, that is everything stripped down for now, guys, and ready for next week's episode, which will be showing you guys us strengthening all this frame. And obviously we found the exhaust bracket mount over there is broken as well, so yeah. Right guys, can any of you help? Now I've got these M-Tech forks on my CW which you can no longer get anymore, or parts or anything like that, so I'm going to be, as soon as these are broken, then I'm going to have to get SPs. But I had a crash and I've snapped the top adjuster off my M-Tech fork, so it looks like that. So yeah, I've only got one. This one snapped off. Has anyone got an old set of M-Tech forks, broken or in good condition, that I can buy just so I can have that top adjuster off? If you have, get in contact with me in the comments down below, or just give me a message on Facebook or Instagram, because you'll be a lifesaver if you've got one of those top M-Tech adjusters. Please, someone have one. Right guys, so that is the bike all stripped down, ready to have some welding done on it. 3 cracks we found, 3. So yeah, hopefully we can get them all sorted next weekend. So that'll be next week's vlog, showing Rob putting them all back together and how easy it is to weld up a pit bike frame. So yeah, that'll be next week's vlog. Thank you guys all for watching. Once again guys, thank you to all my Patreons. If you haven't signed up to my Patreons, guys, make sure you do. There's loads of benefits to being a Patreon with Pitbikesonic. Loads of discount codes with Parker Racing, G-Tech Racing with their dyno, Helmet City, DRC Levers. There's loads more. I can't remember. 7-1 Racing Oil, as we spoke earlier. All the benefits in life that gives you. So yeah, loads of extra content that you'll get. You'll be put in a WhatsApp group. You get to see the videos. So this video you get to see a few days early before anyone else does. So yeah, if you haven't already signed up to the Patreon, go do it. And most thing, it helps me guys, because more people sign up to the Patreon, the better videos we can make. And 2025, with the calendar that I've got planned, is going to be a pretty epic year. So yeah, can't wait for it. But yeah, it's a million miles away at the moment with the bike the way it is. But yeah, we ain't got long to get it ready till Cadwell. I'm not sure if we'll have the graphics and plastics done by then. We might have to run our old ones. But hey ho. Right, cheers guys for watching. I'll see you next week when we're welding up this baby. Speak to you later.